What makes a leader truly unforgettable? Is it their ambition, their vision, or the legacy they leave behind? For Oda Nobunaga, it was all three. Known as the Demon King, Nobunaga rose from obscurity to become one of Japan's most transformative leaders. His life was a whirlwind of conquest, innovation, and cultural change that reshaped the nation during one of its most chaotic eras, the Sengoku period. Today on Eternal Philosophies, we'll explore how Oda Nobunaga's actions not only unified Japan but also left a lasting impact that resonates even in modern times. Who was Oda Nobunaga? To understand Oda Nobunaga's significance, we must first picture the Japan he was born into. The Sengoku period, or Warring States period, was a century of chaos. The Ashikaga Shogunate had crumbled into irrelevance, leaving the country fractured into territories ruled by feudal lords, Sengoku daimyos. These warlords constantly clashed for supremacy, their private armies turning the land into a battlefield. Buddhist warrior monks, known as the Ikko-ikki, defied samurai rule, while peasants revolted against oppressive taxes. It was an era where betrayal and ambition were the only constants. The Rise of Nobunaga. Oda Nobunaga was born in 1534 in Owari province. Initially dismissed as eccentric and unpredictable, he earned the nickname, the Fool of Owari. But behind his unconventional behavior lay a sharp mind and an unrelenting ambition. At just 17 years old, he inherited leadership of the Oda clan after his father's death, a precarious position surrounded by enemies both internal and external. To secure his rule, Nobunaga acted decisively. When his own brother Nobuyuki betrayed him, Nobunaga crushed the rebellion and executed him without hesitation. This ruthless pragmatism would define his leadership style. Military genius changing the rules of war. Battle of Okehazama, 1560, a daring beginning. Facing an army of 25,000 soldiers led by Imagawa Yoshimoto, Nobunaga commanded a mere 2,000 to 3,000 troops, outnumbered nearly 10 to 1. Yet retreat was not an option. Nobunaga refused to bunker down or wait for reinforcements. Instead, he chose audacity. Using the terrain to his advantage, Nobunaga deployed deception tactics by planting flags and banners to give the illusion of a larger force. Meanwhile, he led his elite troops through a hidden path under the cover of a thunderstorm. The storm concealed their movements and disoriented Imagawa's forces. Striking swiftly and decisively, Nobunaga's men overwhelmed Yoshimoto's lightly guarded camp, killing the warlord and scattering his army. This victory was more than just a battle. It was a statement. By defeating one of Japan's most powerful daimyos with such a small force, Nobunaga announced himself as a military genius capable of turning impossible odds into triumphs. Siege of Inabayama Castle, 1567. Oda Nobunaga targeted Mino Province for its fertile lands, strategic location near Kyoto, and control of key trade routes. Recognizing the Saito clan's weakness under the inexperienced Saito Tatsuoki, he seized the opportunity to strike. Nobunaga relied on his trusted retainer, Kinoshita Tokichiro, later Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who played a crucial role by building Tsunemata Castle as a forward base and securing alliances with local warlords. This campaign culminated in the daring capture of Inabayama Castle, which Nobunaga renamed Gifu Castle, adopting the motto Tenka Fubu, rule all under heaven by force. Conquest of Kyoto, 1568. Seizing political power. Nobunaga set his sights on Kyoto, the imperial capital and symbolic heart of Japan. He marched into Kyoto at the invitation of Ashikaga Yoshiaki, who sought support in becoming shogun. Nobunaga installed Yoshiaki as shogun, but kept real power firmly in his own hands. This move allowed him to exert influence over the imperial court, while weakening rival clans who sought to control Kyoto themselves. In 1573, Oda Nobunaga exiled Ashikaga Yoshiaki after Yoshiaki had conspired against Nobunaga, attempting to overthrow him by forming alliances with rival daimyo. Battle of Nagashino, 1575. revolutionizing warfare. As Nobunaga expanded his territory, he faced one of his greatest challenges, Takeda Katsuyori and his legendary cavalry forces. At Nagashino in 1575, Nobunaga demonstrated not only military brilliance but also technological innovation. Nobunaga deployed 3,000 arquebusiers in rotating lines behind wooden barricades. This tactic ensured continuous volleys of gunfire that decimated Takeda's cavalry before they could reach Oda lines. The battle was a turning point in Japanese warfare, proving that firearms could outmatch traditional samurai tactics. The destruction of Enryaku-ji in 1571 underscored Oda Nobunaga's ruthless pragmatism and solidified his reputation as the Demon King. The temple, a stronghold of influential Buddhist warrior monks who opposed samurai rule and supported his rivals, posed a serious threat to his ambitions. Determined to eradicate this opposition, Nobunaga ordered a full-scale assault, reducing Mount Hiei to ashes and leaving no survivors, monks, women, and children alike. Thousands perished in the massacre. This shocking act sent ripples across Japan, making it clear that Nobunaga would stop at nothing, not even the destruction of sacred institutions, to achieve his goal of unifying the nation. The Betrayal at Honnō-ji. In June 1582, while preparing for further campaigns against the Mori clan, Nobunaga was betrayed by his general Akechi Mitsuhide during what became known as the Honnō-ji incident. Trapped with no escape, Nobunaga chose to end his life through seppuku. His death shocked Japan but did not end his vision. Japan after Nobunaga. The Ashikaga Shogunate was gone. In 1573, Nobunaga overthrew Ashikaga Yoshiaki, ending over 2 centuries of feudal rule under the Ashikaga Shogunate and dismantling the feudal system that had dominated Japan for generations. Centralized governance had begun to take shape. By 1600, just 18 years after his death, Japan was unified under Tokugawa Ieyasu's rule, ushering in the Edo period. Oda Nobunaga is celebrated as one of Japan's 3 great unifiers, alongside Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Ieyasu. Firearms had revolutionized warfare. Relentless tactics against rival daimyos, and even powerful religious groups, decisively eliminating threats to solidify his authority. Economic reforms laid the groundwork for modernization. Nobunaga abolished toll barriers and monopolies controlled by guilds, fostering free trade across his territories. He also developed castle towns like Azuchi into hubs of commerce and manufacturing. Quotes from Oda Nobunaga. 4 quotes commonly associated with Oda Nobunaga, along with their origins and analysis. 1. Life lasts but 50 years. Compared to the realm of heaven, it is nothing but a fleeting dream or illusion. No one lives forever once born. Nobunaga's choice to recite this line before a critical battle highlights his acceptance of life's brevity and his resolve to make a lasting impact despite its fleeting nature. It also aligns with the samurai ethos of embracing death in pursuit of honor. 2. Without destruction, there is no creation. There is no change. The quote encapsulates Nobunaga's belief in dismantling outdated systems, whether political, religious, or social, to build something new. His suppression of Buddhist warrior monks and overthrowing of the Ashikaga Shogunate are prime examples of this philosophy in action. 3. If the bird doesn't sing, kill it. Origin. This line is part of a famous parable comparing the leadership styles of Japan's 3 great unifiers, Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. In this story, Nobunaga represents decisiveness and ruthlessness. Kill the bird if it doesn't sing. Hideyoshi symbolizes cleverness. Make the bird sing. Ieyasu embodies patience. Wait for the bird to sing. This fictionalized quote illustrates Nobunaga's reputation for swift and uncompromising action. It reflects his tendency to eliminate obstacles without hesitation, a trait that defined his leadership style. 4th, Tenka Fubu. All under heaven by military force or rule all lands by force. Tenka Fubu became synonymous with Nobunaga's legacy as a leader who sought not only military conquest, but also modernization and centralization. It remains one of the most enduring symbols of his ambition and influence. These quotes offer profound insights into Oda Nobunaga's character and leadership style. They reflect his boldness, pragmatism, and relentless pursuit of power during one of Japan's most tumultuous eras. Thank you for joining us on Eternal Philosophies. If you enjoyed this exploration of one of history's most fascinating figures, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of those who shaped our world. Until next time.